What's up, Mudpuppies?
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of the Cryptid Files.
Yes.
The podcast that talks to you all about cryptids, myths, monsters, ghosts, legends, urban legends,
Files.
folklore,
Scientologists.
no, the other kind of cool stuff that we decided to talk about that day.
Yeah.
We're your hosts, as always, Anthony and Charlie. And this week we're here to talk to you about Djinn.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Arabic
Gunpowder.
kind, not the alcoholic kind.
Not the alcohol kind, but we have that too.
We do have that too, because it
Yeah.
feeds the soul. Are you ready to get into this one?
Yeah.
All
Let's
right.
talk about the Djinn.
Djinn.
The Djinn.
Djinn.
It's got a D in it.
Djinn, also known as genie, also spelled Djinn with the D in it. Djinn.
Yeah.
Djinn come to us from the Arabic and Islamic world.
Yes.
They've been around as long as they've had any kind of mythological, legendary beliefs. They've just been here.
It's super cool too because a lot of these mythical, spiritual things that are attached to religious ideas, they're folklore that's normally added on. This was something that was there since, for all of Islam. It predated Islamic culture.
Yeah. So it's like Arabian mythology first, and then it became Islamic, which is cool.
It's solidified in the Quran too.
Yes.
So
the Quran even says that God created Jinn.
Yeah.
Parallel to humans. They're just another race that God was like, this is pretty cool too.
This is going to be here.
And
dinosaurs. Never mind the dinosaurs. Let's do more.
What if dinosaurs are Jinn?
Dude. Ooh. I don't know if dinosaurs are manipulating... Birds are manipulating human minds. That could be it.
Government.
Yeah. But anyways, continue.
Jinn are a separate race created by God in the Islamic religion. And in just Arabic folklore, mythology, they just come from another parallel world. So they're a parallel race that exists alongside humans. They have free will.
Yeah.
And they can be good, evil, neutral, whatever. They're just whatever the hell they want to be.
They're a separate version of us, and they're said to be created from smokeless fire.
Yes.
Right?
Which is like natural gas fire.
Well, it's also been interpreted as just a general energy source they saw. They didn't know how to describe it, so smokeless fire.
Okay.
That's how they would...
Like a Tesla coil?
Oh, yeah. Imagine this whole society that's never heard of electricity before. If you saw some type of plasma being.
Interesting.
Pretty wild.
Yeah. They have the power to shapeshift. They can turn invisible. They can fly. They can teleport. They have supernatural strength. They also have the ability to possess humans.
Yes.
And that can sometimes cause sickness and harm to the possessed.
Yeah, it would make me sick too if I was possessed.
Yeah.
But I've seen The Exorcist. But anyways.
Yeah, me too.
So under normal conditions, they are invisible to humans.
Okay.
So they're normally invisible, and then they can choose sometimes to not be invisible.
Right, when they want to not be invisible.
Yeah, and the theory is they exist in a parallel world that kind of overlaps with ours.
Okay.
So almost like a different dimension type deal. So the same idea as Fae.
Right, they have their other world. There's a veil between us.
Yeah, there's a thin veil. Same theory that goes on with Djinn. Their lifespan is much longer than humans. They do have free will, like you said, and they can appear as humans too.
Right.
So they can take on a human form and walk around like people. They're not.
No.
They're Djinn.
They're Djinn.
Yeah. Yeah. They can also be shadowy or distorted figures, but their true form is rarely described clearly. It's almost treated like trying to describe electricity with words alone. Which I feel like
I don't know what electricity looks like now that I think of it.
Well, it's just bzzz, lightning.
Yeah, but lightning can be in a bajillion different...
Yeah, so
how do you describe what a... Yeah,
plasma,
okay, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, I like that.
All kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff. Stuff and things.
They also live in societies. So they're not...
We live in a society.
Yeah, we live in a society, yeah. They're not lone wanderers, whenever you see a Djinn or a genie in any story or movie, it's normally one singular being.
Right.
It's normally just one thing that exists someplace, does its thing. But in actual legends of Djinn, right, they live in tribes and communities. They have their own leaders, their own hierarchies, and they have their own religions too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So the Djinn have a religion. So do the Djinn worship Allah?
Well, some of them were converted Muslims, apparently, in folklore.
Okay.
Some of them are not, because, the whole free will thing. They're kind of it gives you that feeling of, that whole, unseen civilization vibe. Like Atlantis.
Yeah, I wonder what a Djinn city looks like.
Yeah, dude. It's just a city of powerful beings, or at least they're powerful in our world. It's less mind control stuff too that they do, and more of whisper in the ear to try to convince and mislead.
Yeah.
If they want to.
Yeah.
Some of them have been said to have magical powers to make things happen, or give you riches or make deals and stuff.
And that's where we got the genie and the lamp and all that kind of bullshit that the West kind of took and ran with.
Yeah. I know we're not going into like specific Djinn.
Right. We'll do specific Djinns on specific Djinn episodes.
Yeah. But one of the big ones that kind of influenced all the legend is Iblis, I believe his name, or Iblis. He was just one of the most like powerful Djinn, I guess, in the area, but he refused God's command to bow to Adam. Okay. And so he came out and became like an evil temper of humanity, kind of like the idea of like the devil.
Satan, kind of, yeah. Okay, interesting.
Right? Now in Islam, they don't have like a whole Satan being, but this kind of is like their version of that. And it also establishes for the story of Djinn how they can disobey God, and they can become morally accountable, and evil among them is a choice, not in their nature. So the interactions that he's had with humans, specifically, one of the words is waswasa, which is pretty much whispering. Okay. It's their ability to influence thoughts, nudging behavior rather than controlling it. Possession, like you talked about, physical manifest. And they have some shared spaces. Okay. Right? So you know how like Fae, in like the forest or areas that were kind of sacred, that's when you could make contact with them. Right. Same thing with Djinn. But it's deserts, abandoned buildings, and graveyards. Okay. Is where their strongest presence are. Right. They're spiritual beings, so they can hang out where the spiritual energy is the highest. Yeah. And it apparently has something to do with Islam for not disturbing unseen inhabitants. Okay. But there's different types of Djinn. There's ghouls, which are supposed to be a type of Djinn. In Islam, I guess that's what we've related to. But they're associated with graveyards and consuming the dead. Djinn, which are like primal desert dwelling Djinn. Right. Ifrit, which are powerful and often hostile Djinn. And Marid, which are strong, prideful, and sometimes linked to the sea. Those are not Quranic, though. Okay. Those were like folkloric. Before we got into like Western culture, turning them into genies in the bottle. Right. Those were kind of like the in-between phase. So it still had some roots in history and tradition, but less inspired by religion, if that makes sense. There are ways that you can protect yourself from these guys, too. Yes. Probably, as with most demons and things, iron, I know, is a good defense against Djinn. It's since they're Islamic, too, like, well, Islamic traditions, what Islam says is verses from the Quran. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you can't beat them away with bacon? No. Okay. No. That's not what they say. They also say, this is all cultural stuff, right. But daily prayers and remembrance will keep them away. Right. And avoiding reckless behavior in isolated or unclean places. Okay. So acting a fool in a graveyard, breaking windows in abandoned buildings. Same way as dealing with spirits, pretty much. Same way as dealing with spirits, which kind of lines up. Yeah. Which makes sense. So you have to think about, like, what are Djinn? They're pretty much just Islamic ghosts. It's kind of what it sounds like. It's exactly what they are. With some powers. And as we know with spirits, there's some like specific spirits that have like kind of power, like demonic entities that have powers too. Right. So it's, I don't know, it's interesting. It's interesting to see the whole culture basically create these spiritual beings and then incorporate into like religious aspects of it. Because they existed before Islam was really established. Right. But they were exactly, as we were said, seen as ghosts. And that's kind of what they are. So. Neat. Yeah. I got some questions for you, man. About Djinn? Yeah. Okay, what do you think? So, you're kind of an expert in, like, demons and ghosts and stuff like that, right? Cool. I use that term lightly. Expert is a very, very loose term. If anybody's an expert, there's no such thing. Yeah, I think you qualify, right? So, do you think Djinn are spirits? Do you think that they're ghosts? Do you think they're a separate being entirely? Because it seems like their traits are very similar, minus having a little bit extra juice. But that could also just come from legends, too, in a sense. Yeah. So it's dude, I've only been doing this for, 6 years now? But we still don't even know, not even just we as in us, we as in humans don't know what spirits truly are yet. We want to think that they're ghosts, but they also are theories that it's a parallel, it's parallel energy from another universe crossing through. Some say, some of the theories say it's all time happening at the same time, right? So we're seeing something that's actually moving around in the 1700s, but it's also moving around something else that could be moving around like in 3010. Dimensional, time, space, kinda, where the veil of time is some like Wampadu experience, type so stuff. There's also thoughts of like the Djinn or a parallel race. Yeah. So
I guess the answer is yes and no at the same time because we don't know what they could be.
Nice. Would you accept help from a Djinn?
If it was a good guy, Djinn.
Well, how would you know? Because they're misleading and they're deceptive.
I would have to make him be my friend for a while.
What if he was doing that just to mislead you?
It would be a long time.
I feel like that's entirely based on circumstances.
If the Djinn will sit down and watch every Godzilla movie that I own with me, then
yeah,
I would trust him.
There's no way. There's no fucking way you're getting a deal. No, you're not getting a deal with the Djinn, dude. That's it.
If he sits through all 47 Godzilla and Gamera DVDs that I own, then I'll trust that Djinn.
It is recorded that they in Islam they warn against making deals with Djinn. Not because of the ill factors with it, but they see it as like a sin.
Okay.
Like a thing, like
a dirty thing to do.
It's a dirty thing to do. It's going against God.
Okay.
But also, there are rumors of them having whatever deal they make, it will be one-sided towards them. Like like the whole monkey's paw thing.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I want to be able to fly, and then they turn you into a fucking pigeon.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So it's got that aspect of it too. So I don't know if I would ever make a deal with a Djinn. And also, they scare me, dude, because they can always see us.
He sees you when you're sleeping.
Yeah, but you can't see them. So I just feel like I'm being watched all the time now after researching these guys. They're just staring at you.
That's a little freaky, man.
You ever think about that with ghosts too?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
I just live my life, man. This shit louder than I ever have. I don't care. You like that, Djinn? All right, Charlie. So we kind of went over a little bit, but how would you personally fight Djinn?
Okay. There's two ways to go about this.
And don't say with tonic, ice, and straw because it's not that kind of Djinn.
All right, there's one way to go about this. No, I'm just kidding. No. No. I would say, look, if it is just like a regular spirit, I would just do our regular spirit stuff with it. But if it's like the Islamic thing, that means Islam's true. That would throw my whole fucking life for a whirl. Like, holy shit.
Well, there's also the theory that everything's true.
That's impossible. Yeah. If it's a genie, though, 3 wishes, my first wish would be that I'm always right. Because then he'd be like, all right, you got 2 wishes. I'm like, no, I got 3. And then I'm right.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I would just do my thing.
That's a good... Oh, damn. You could just be like, no, I have another wish. And you'd be like, fuck.
Yeah. Because I'm always right. Unless he just makes me entirely only right-sided.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that. Yeah. I'm always right.
I'm always just correct, I'd have to say.
There you go. You got to make sure you're exact with what you say.
Yeah. But I don't know. You can't really fist fight these guys. There's no way to do physical damage.
Do they have corporeal forms?
It's more of like a manifestation. So it's not like something... It's like trying to punch a ghost.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, wouldn't really work too well. So, I don't know. If it's a regular spirit thing, I'd use iron, time, summon a demon to fight it from hell. Nah, dude. Yeah. I don't know. Tonic and a straw. What about you? How would you fight a Djinn?
I would treat it like a ghost, kind of. But I would also go at it the same way that, like the way it's described to go at it. I would recite verses from the Quran. I would hit it with some salt, holy water, iron.
I feel like the verses from the Quran thing is just because it's Islamic tradition.
Yeah. I would have to go... I would dig deeper into the Arabic traditions.
Yeah.
Like pre-Quran.
Also, would it have any effect if you're reciting verses from the Quran? Because you're not like a believer in the Quran. So like...
But it's also... It might follow the same pattern that is, as long as you believe strongly that what you're doing is working, it will, because it's a willpower thing.
Yeah.
So if I'm sitting there going, this is working, it should work.
So you're going to bring a Quran to your Djinn fight?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'll bring a Quran to every Djinn bar I ever go to. Just
every
in case
Djinn bar.
There's Djinn in the Djinn.
Just in case there's Djinn in the Djinn. Hell yeah.
All right, man. That's Djinn.
Yeah.
Not really much else on them.
No, it's a good...
We'll be going into like specific Djinn at some point, but
yeah,
it's a good little jumping point with Djinn.
Yeah.
As we say at the end of every episode, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Yeah. Join our Discord. It's the only place we take requests. Our schedule is now scheduled until 2052.
Why?
Because I can't stop.
Please.
Because there's so much to cover.
I know, but you don't need to make any more. Stop making more, dude.
As I find cryptids, they're going on.
I know, but the thing is, we're gonna move shit up on that schedule.
Oh yeah.
There's no fucking point to add them to the list.
I move them around as we need to. But I need them there so I don't forget about them. Because what if I find out about a cryptid tomorrow, then I don't add it to the list, and then in 10 years we're out of cryptids to do, and I forgot about a cryptid that I was.
You should put them on the list, but then you should put them in order for how we want to cover them, not just add them to the back of the fucking list.
I add them to the back of the list, and then as people request them in the Discord, which you should be members of, I move them up.
All right.
That's why I do the yearly poll too about what we should move around and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's why that's so long. There's so much to cover, and there's something in my shoe.
God, dude. Sometimes you're just a fork in my soup, man. But
So with that being said, join the Discord. It's the only place to take requests. Make sure you're following us over TikTok too. I forgot about that one. Follow us on TikTok. All right, folks. We'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.